and some thunder by then. Looking for some light rain this morning, then drier weather. 68 today. The next few days do look a little warmer, and if you're missing the 80s, they come back as well in our 7-day. We'll have all that in a few minutes. In the meantime, let's go back at the news desk for this morning's top stories.
3 people are recovering after being stabbed early this morning in Northwest Rochester.
This happened before 3 o'clock at an apartment building. Megan Zeppel is joining us live from the scene outside Cascade Creek Apartments. Megan, what can you tell us right now?
Hi, Justin, Byron. I'm right outside Cascade Creek Apartments in Northwest Rochester. Police are telling me 3 people were stabbed. They did suffer non-life-threatening injuries. The incident happened just before 3 at the apartment complex, which is located off of 6th Avenue Northwest. At the time when I got here, at least, there were at least 6 to 7 squad cars around. I could see police with flashlights looking around, securing the perimeter, investigating the scene. The people were taken to Mayo Clinic St. Mary's. As I mentioned earlier, the injuries are non-life threatening. I did talk to a sergeant on scene. He says that he wouldn't say if there was a suspect in custody, but he did say that there is no threat to the public and that they are still very much asking people questions and investigating. We hope to have more information later on today and on this. And Justin, Byron, I did talk to a woman who lives here, and she said that her daughter could hear a lot of screaming and yelling in the apartment complex, and they weren't sure what was going on. She just described the situation as very scary. Back to you guys.
Yeah, that had to be startling for the residents. Thank you, Megan. 2 men are facing charges after a standoff with law enforcement at the Austin Holiday Inn. According to Austin police, about 4 Sunday morning, one of 2 assault victims called 911 saying they couldn't leave their hotel room because they were being threatened by 2 men. One of them had a gun. Officers surrounded the hotel and began negotiations with the suspects. After 2 hours, both victims made it out safely, and the suspects were taken to the Moore County Jail. The first suspect, 25-year-old Kevin Coates of Waseca, is being held on a possible charge of second-degree criminal sexual conduct. The second, 25-year-old Jordan Travis of Austin, is facing a charge of second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon.
Meanwhile, Rochester police are investigating a weekend shooting at an apartment complex. Police were called to the 1900 block of 8.5 Street Southeast around 9:30 Saturday night. Police say someone shot at least 14 rounds. 1 bullet went through the wall of a bedroom, and 2 people were inside the apartment at the time. More shots hit a vehicle with a 28-year-old driver inside. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Well, another one of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's commissioners is off the job.
Laura Bishop is out as Minnesota Pollution Control Agency commissioner, resigning after the Republican-controlled Senate was expected to vote to push her out. Last summer, the Senate voted 2 other commissioners out as well. Camaria Bray reports.
Laura Bishop served as the state's Pollution Control Agency commissioner since her appointment by Governor Tim Walz in 2019.
We heard from a variety of people who are very concerned with this commissioner and how political she has become.
The Republican-controlled Senate put Bishop's position up for review because of the policy changes made under her watch.
One thing after the other she was working on. Electric car mandates was another thing that was going to force us to buy more electric cars than we thought we needed to do in this present time.
In my opinion, that rulemaking was to the benefit of the state. Unfortunately, the news on climate change is not very good, and we need to take steps to reduce carbon emissions from cars and other things. And so I think that falls under the category of no good deed goes unpunished.
It's part of the Senate's job to confirm commissioners appointed by the governor.
When she was informed that the Senate Majority Party was going to reject her confirmation, she chose to resign, and I think the state is worse off for it.
A hearing is also part of the process.
I don't know for sure whether or not she would have been confirmed or not. I don't think she would have been, but well, I guess we'll never know now.
Confirmation is not required for the commissioners, with many serving years before hearing.
I do not think commissioners should be made to wait years before finding out if they will be confirmed. I don't think that's good government. I think that should be heard in the first 60 to 90 days after their appointment.
In a tweet from the agency, Bishop wrote that she is honored to have served and is proud of her accomplishments. Deputy Commissioner Peter Tester will stand in until Governor Walz appoints a new commissioner. A downtown Rochester parking ramp is back open.
The city closed Ramp 6 about a month ago, saying more work was needed to be done to the structure. On Tuesday afternoon, the city said additional construction is now complete and the structure is safe for parking.
We have some breaking international news this morning. The president of Haiti has been assassinated. According to officials, President Jovenel Moïse was in his home when a group of unidentified people attacked. The interim prime minister, Claude Joseph, is calling this a hateful, inhumane, and barbaric act. He also says the first lady is currently hospitalized. The killing comes amid deepening political and economic instability in the country, along with a spike in gang violence. Officials overseeing the search and rescue operation at the collapsed condo in Florida say they have detected no signs of life in the rubble after nearly 2 weeks of digging.
The death toll Tuesday night climbed to 36, with more than 100 people still unaccounted for. More than 200 first responders from across the country are now involved in the search. Lightning from the outer bands of then Hurricane Elsa did complicate search efforts, forcing crews to stop their work for about 2 hours on Tuesday. President Biden declared Miami-Dade's mayor, or called the mayor rather, pledging his continued support. Overnight, Elsa was downgraded to a tropical storm as it closes in on the coast of Florida.
Here's a look at the storm's path as it brings heavy rains and gusty winds to the state. It is currently about 60 miles west of Tampa and moving due north around 14 miles an hour. Maximum sustained winds have been near 70 miles per hour with some higher gusts. Elsa is forecast to make landfall along the North Florida Gulf Coast this morning. The storm is then expected to move into